right, what's good, what's great, and who's next? I'll tell you who's next. What I noticed about this little YouTube thing that's been going on, Twitch, TikTok, all of these social networks is creating a new kind of character in the manosphere, what they would say a red pill character. But I really wanted to highlight a few things that I feel that is very important. One of the things I feel that is important is the passing of Kevin Samuels. I feel like Kevin Samuels kind of led to a whole new wave of how the internet reacts to cancel culture, especially coming from the more masculine aspect. And as of lately, we've seen a lot of content coming out from Fresh and Fit, The Real MTR, and so many other average males that are out here with podcasts and networks that are really, taking over the streaming world. There's a torch being passed. After Kevin Samuels, now we get Andrew Tate. And after Andrew Tate, who's next? Sneako. Let's look at his content real quick.
Oh, if you really were like into some guy and he wanted to try some freaky deaky shit and stuff, would you be down?
I'm not drinking pee.
No. This is why we need to body shame more. Bro, come. Stop. Whoa, relax. Why are you so?
A man approach a woman.
Well, what does that mean?
I don't know.
Wait.
You preach the insults because
Isn't that TOS chat?
So by extent. You try not by.
You're so different. You're so this. You're so that. Then after that, after the new car smell wore off, that woman began to resent me.
Toxic.
She had contempt for me, no respect for me, because when a woman knows that you will take whatever she does,
she'll just act
and
up.
let her get away with it.
She's like a child.
She had no respect for you. Simple as that.
Like a child.
You out there being a sucker. So, and we're told, be upfront, open, honest with women. Tell her your feelings. No, I'm telling you, whole stuff.
If you tell her your weaknesses, she will always use them against you.
Doing all these casting because New York Fashion Week is coming up. I'm the only dude here.
Men are trash. Men are so creepy. Why can't we just have girls walking around?
It's having that conversation. I'm just standing off to the side, yeah? For sure, for sure.
Thank you very much.
One thing I think that gives me an advantage with this modeling is that I know how to be ugly. I've been ugly like most of my life, and I got pretty for like the past 4 years. I know how to do it. I don't need their approval. I don't need them to be like, oh, Star, you're a darling, you're beautiful. Or I don't care, bro.
This is a teenager's aspirations, a video I made in 2014 when I was 15 years old.
80% of you over 19 years of age haven't accomplished the dreams you had as a kid. That's a to be a comedian. I know it's not realistic, and I know it's probably not gonna happen, but that's why I call it a dream job. But that's just what I tell people. I actually think I could become a comedian if I really tried. It has nothing to do with that follow your dreams Disney. I really believe that if you're motivated to do something that you're good at, you can do it. Being a comedian isn't just standing in front of a brick wall and telling jokes. It's also what I do now. This is comedy. Admittedly a strange form of it, but if you look at it, I'm entertaining thousands of people through comedy every day. I'm a comedian right now, and if it were a job, it'd be incredible. It's depressing to think how few people actually end up doing what they love doing. If you look at the most successful humans of all time, they were all ambitious and visionary.
How many of you are really doing what you want to do? How many of you have really followed through with your dreams? I spoke all of this into existence. I had belief and I had ambition from a young age. I put it out online. I applied that pressure on myself in 2014. That's 8 years ago, over 8 years ago. And it's safe to say, I did it. It's the belief and it's staying true to your word. And I know how to stay true to your word. I know how to be yourself online. I know how to make videos online. I've been doing it for this long. And it's really, it feels good to see this now 8 years later. The word you want to use, whatever. Non-cringy. If you want to become a complete man, if you want to be a player, if you want to be a Kevin Samuels type, you have to once be a limp and then never do it again.
I'll tell you exactly why men simp. And it goes into a point I'm about to make. You know, as soon as a man starts to speak his truth or be a man, society just wants to shut that stuff down.
That's exactly what's happening to me right now. Even the people closest to me, now that I'm starting to become more complete, I feel myself elevating. I feel myself becoming more spiritual and realizing my purpose and everything. And then immediately all the people closest to me are just like, why? They can't believe it. A lot of people don't want to see you grow, and it's okay. It's okay, because you know, it's tempting to go fight back and be like, no, you're stupid, you're but you just got to let them be angry, let them have their moment. This is just natural. This happens to everybody. Everybody who starts spreading a good message of positivity, you will have the people closest to you trying to drag you down because they don't understand it and because they're afraid of growth. So let them, and just trust in the bigger process, trust in God.
And just with that last video, you know, I really kind of started to understand and put a lot of things in perspective. And I really wanted to really, you know, talk about who's next. I think who's next is important. Evolution is important. And what I like about Andrew Tate and just how the torch is being passed is I looked at a lot of Sneako's content, and honestly, I can't lie, I agree with it. I understand like the radicalism as far as like a lot of people saying, you know, that a lot of things that these YouTube creators are saying, like a lot of overt things, but I think, you know, it's an entertainment element that you have to add to it. You know, Sneako could just be in the middle of, you know, talking to his fans and then out of nowhere do 10 push-ups. It's an uncontrollable kind of way that you want to kind of interact with somebody. I think that, you know, us as men especially, that you know, share logical ideas and logical consistencies, are morally trying to get to a point where not only do we want to control our reality, but, you know, we want to really have fun in our reality. And I realize like a lot of men are kind of being put in a simpish category, whether if they're a man of stature or a man that's not. You have to kind of take a certain programming out of you. And as you see in one of those videos, programming somebody to be, in a sense, catering to a woman is something in a man's nature the moment that he's born. He's immediately groomed to understand how to take care of a woman. And a society is groomed to understand the characteristics to a man by the type of woman that's next to him. So you're not going to see a lot of men that are actually unafraid of pushback from a woman, because that's like a kind of atmosphere that you can't really tangle with. But I feel like, you know, Andrew Tate, Sneako, and Kevin Samuels were able to kind of still be on the man side and speak for men and not really involve the conversation with a woman unless she was willing to have it. And I feel like that's what their content is leading towards, and I don't want a lot of people to get it mixed up. And I really think that a lot of people should follow Sneako. He moved out of his mom's house at 14. He's a videographer, content creator, a model. You know, Andrew Tate, he's a kickboxer. Kevin Samuels was an image consultant, you know, and a lot of these things are eye candy for guys that are looking up to men and kind of wanting to understand the certain elements that it needs for you to create a certain dynamic so you can start controlling your life and having such like individuals around you. So please, I want everybody that is at least listening to me is to listen to these people with a grain of salt, but, you know, understand that these people do have a lot of great messages, and the type of individuals that I think that a lot of people are saying is going to be damaging to a lot of men, I don't think that it is. I think that a lot of men are going to start to look at the content that's been coming out from these specific males and use it in their own way and support women and support their ideas at the same time. I think that that's what is really happening. I don't think that it's the other way around. And that's it for Who's Next.